Hillary, Hillary Bly. Hillary Bly would say, Kevin, I get it now. And I would say, you get it now? And she was like, Kevin, my emails were pretty bad. They were pretty bad, Kevin. I'm like, yeah, Hillary Bly. They were pretty bad. Your emails were pretty bad. You talked about the Catholic Church, and you said sand nigger. You basically define yourself as a kike atheist by means of your emails. Hillary Bly, your emails were pretty bad. And they weren't bad because of your views. They were bad because of the narrative that you push to the people. That's why your emails are bad. Hillary Bly. You need a restart. You need to start over, Hillary Bly. Clinton needs to be over with. Out of everybody who ran for president in my lifetime, and won, Bill was the best. Bill Bly. Bill Bly was the best. But let me ask you a question. What did Bill Bly get for being the best president since 1991? What did he get? What did he get? And you can't even debate or argue either or. You can't even debate or argue who's better, Bill Bly or Nixon, not Nixon. What's that son of a bitch? Reagan. You can't debate who's better. You can't debate that. Because people are so set in their ways. They're set in their ways. You can't debate who's better, Bill Bly or Ronald Reagan. You can't debate it. Motherfucker, if I came out and said, motherfucker, you son of a bitch, Ronald Reagan got shot. He didn't die, but he got shot. After he got shot, he just became more and more demoralized. And Nancy started taking over. Even if I said that, just to add, Hillary Bly is not like no other first lady you've ever seen. But there's no other first lady that you can look at and say she could be president. There's no other first lady that you can look at and say, I fear her being president, and I don't want her to do that. Motherfucker, bro. So that means you really didn't like Bill Bly. But Bill Bly did the best by you. He did the best for you. Bill Bly, he looked out for you. Everybody considered the 90s as some good years. But you ready to look at Kurt Cobain, and you ready to say, was it that good, Kevin? I don't know. I'll look at. I don't know. See, my stepdad not here, so I can talk to him about stuff like this. This is the type of shit that he would want to talk about. He wanted to never talk about politics, just to suddenly talk about politics. I know him. So if my stepdad was still alive, he and I would be talking about shit like this. Yeah, I know him. We'll be talking about Hillary Bly and Bill Bly. And when I come here and I talk about this shit, me talking about politics with my stepdad, if he was still alive, if he didn't die, me talking about this shit, it's not means to show that I always was ordained to be in politics. No, motherfucker, but do you not know that people talk about politics because people talk? Motherfucker, there's people out there that think it's a crime to talk about politics. Motherfucker, you talking about politics? You can't talk about politics in a non-biased view. You're not for the country. There's some Democrats, I think, do something legit. Hillary Bly. I'll come and talk about Hillary Bly. But I'm not a Democrat. There's some things that Donald Trump did very well. Donald Trump was very good at deferring from the issue. DJT. He was good at deferring from the issue. He was good at maintaining the economy. When everything went out during COVID-19, Donald Trump knew what to do to maintain economics. And he did it good enough to where you can't blame him for the bottleneck. But people with sense, people who listen to me and what I'm saying on my platforms, they know it was Donald Trump. The bottleneck was Donald Trump. But Joe Biden is a good old boy. He don't want to do what Donald Trump would do. If Donald Trump was Joe Biden and Joe Biden was Donald Trump, Donald Trump will be in office right now, blaming the bottleneck on Joe Biden. And let me tell you something. He wouldn't do nothing about the bottleneck. He'll do exactly what Joe Biden is doing. Nothing. He would just let it all even itself out, and he would just let it be. Proof. You can look at Joe Biden, and he's trying to lower costs on prescription drugs. Donald Trump. He's wanting to do that versus solve the bottleneck when people go to get their medicine one time a month. He don't want to address the bottleneck when people go to get their groceries 1 to 5 times a week. He don't want to address that. Hell no. Instead, he want to address that lump sum that amounts to a pelf. He doesn't want to address the pilferings because there's too many of them. Go steal a bottle of milk. That's a pilfer. Go steal a box of cereal. That's a pilfer. Go steal a can of soup. That's a pilfer. Go get 1 roll of toilet paper. That's a pilfer. Anything under $10, that's a pilfer. Anything under $10. Joe Biden doesn't want to address things that amount to a pilfer. Instead, he wants things to rise and grow. And he wants you to hope that you don't see it. And he wants to put a Band-Aid over the inflation by invoking the act. And the banks would do something weird, crazy, start charging higher interest, as the people would bail them out just by natural spending power, natural purchasing power, like they always do. Aren't you tired of this bullshit? Aren't you tired of it? You got a fucking celebrity in office. And Joe Biden is not a Republican. Donald Trump is a Republican. So Donald Trump had people around him that would tell him what he wanted to hear. How do we solve this? And Donald Trump got the rundown. You can't do it for longer than 5 minutes. It's Donald Trump. He got it, and he said, I like that. We don't do that. And 48 laws of power. Never appear too perfect, and take the credit. Donald Trump took the credit, and then he made it about American people, just so he doesn't look too perfect. Then he said he was going to do something like you've never seen before. Donald Trump, he was very good at that. Donald Trump just used to say, you're going to see so-and-so like you've never seen before. You're going to see so-and-so like you've never seen before. And people bought it, and they ate it up like you've never seen before. There's crime going about like you've never seen before. Donald Trump, he's giving you a reality. Donald Trump. But Hillary Blige did best by you. Motherfucker, prices was pretty good in the 90s. You can fill up your cart of groceries with $20 in the 90s. But here today, motherfucker, but you really just filling up that spot where the baby sit in that Walmart cart, where the baby sit, while you pushing that cart where the 2 legs go. You know what I'm talking about. That's what you fill up with $20 today. Yeah. Your stuffing and applesauce, that's gone up about $2. Yeah. So if you're eating at home every day, it's a toll. It's a toll compared to the 90s. But Joe Biden doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't want to get down and dirty like Donald Trump did, and he will be figured out. You just like Donald Trump, old man. You just an old white man. Just like Donald Trump. All of you are the same. It's not just Donald Trump. So Joe Biden doesn't want to get down and get dirty, but he don't want you to figure him out. Yeah. Old fair-skinned man. That Greek, with that Greek foot. I bet you go Joe Biden got Greek foot. His middle toe longer. What kind of foot is that? Your middle toe longer than your big toe. I can't even do that. Motherfucker, I can't even do that with my foot. I can't even bend my toe and make my middle toe longer. How the hell do you run with that toe? How the hell do you run with that toe? That toe. got that long ass middle toe. It look like your toe will be tripping over itself. I don't know how the hell you run with that toe. Motherfucker, when I get to running, I feel it in my feet. How the hell you get to running with that damn Greek toe? Hell no. So now I'm talking about Venus. But Hillary Bly. Motherfucker, her emails are pretty bad. Yeah. They're pretty bad. They taught about the Catholic Church. She got to saying nigger. Yeah. And she said something about the blacks not showing up. She said something. Her emails was pretty bad, bro. Pretty bad. And she's ready to push the narrative but her emails. But let me tell you something, bro. You're not talking about John Kerry anymore. You're not talking about Al Gore anymore. You're not talking about John McCain anymore. So Hillary Bly wants to be stuck in time. Because you still talking about her, and I was in 2016. She don't want this time to end. Yeah, because 1, she's getting older. 2, she's a woman. And 3, Joe Biden is 79 years old. Joe Biden. Motherfucker, Hillary Bly does not want Joe Biden to die in office. And then Kamala Harris assumes the title as president. Now she got some steam behind her. And she running that next election. Yeah. Then she runs again. And then she gets 2 terms plus a term of Joe Biden's death. Hillary Bly does not want that. Hillary Bly wants to be stuck in time. And she's in a nightmare. She wants that handout from the White House. And she's giving an agenda like she always is. Hillary Bly doesn't create anything. I hope you know this. She's giving her agenda. And then the Democrats are giving an agenda. And then there's some kike who's ruling over both of them. And they say, go get it done. And both of their jobs, Hillary Bly and the Democrats, Donald Trump, and the Republicans, both of their job is not to do white replacement theory to replace the coloreds with the whites. Motherfucker, but instead, they want to do white replacement theory and replace the whites with kikes. They want to do it in your media. They want to do it in your politics. They want to do it in your banking. They want to do it by your lordships or your landlords. And they just want to control these planes. And then it's going to be a volume that's consistently filled. Somebody dies, water evaporates. Somebody dies, water evaporates. And they fill back up that canister. They fill it back up. And all they're doing are maintaining economics. And the people will essentially be the sun that makes them evaporate. Yeah. And if there's no sun, who gives a fuck about that canister of water? Because there is no life. There's no life. So that water is just going to corrupt itself, and there is no life. Who cares about that water without life? The sun makes the enablement of life by means of the rays of the sun. Does photosynthesis happen? In photosynthesis, the animals eat the plants. Yeah. And then in that, the animals that eat the plants, they are eaten by the animals. Yeah. And then there are people out there that eat animals that eat plants, and then they eat animals that eat animals, whether it could be an unclean animal. Somebody would eat a fucking wild dog in a famine, or a wild wolf in famine. Fucking asshole. So, motherfucker, but there it is. Yeah. But yeah, Hillary Bly and Bill Bly, they did a good job in the 90s. But they just wanted the handout. Hillary Bly just wants a handout. Bobcat Babe. She just wants to be given an agenda, told what to do. And in the little tweaks and the little performances that she can add on and do to the agenda, to the narrative, she does. And that's the murder she wrote. Yeah. Literally. Yeah. So then you have your celebrities and you have your narrative. Democrats. Or you have your local hero and you have your narrative. Republican. And then you have the moderate. You got that son of a bitch who doesn't like Donald Trump, but he likes Republicans. So he doesn't like Trumpism. And you got that Republican who doesn't like AOC, but they okay with the moderate. Who the hell got time to sit around and figure out your politics? Who has time to sit around and figure out your politics? Who? Your politics. I'm waiting for my furniture. Who has time to sit around and figure out your politics? Fucking asshole. Fucking asshole. Asshole. Let me see Albert Pike saying that. Asshole. Some white man got in the lodge that shouldn't be in the lodge. Asshole. Or some white man let a son of a bitch in the lodge and they shouldn't have let him in the lodge. Asshole. Can't even see Albert Pike doing that. Asshole. Motherfucker. Kevin, you be looking at pictures and getting information from pictures. Yeah, from pictures. 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 Hey, asshole. But yeah, but Hillary Blythe, her emails was pretty bad, Bucka. They're pretty bad. Pretty bad because of the pretense that she pushes out. That's why they were bad. They were bad.